Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse and I am back for another iOS accessible game video. This time we are taking a look at a game called Hypership AI. It is free to start, but there will be ads, and so if you want the full game, you can support the developers and pay about $2, and then you'll get rid of all ads and you'll be able to play as much as you want. So, Hypership AI is kind of an interesting little game. It's not quite an idle game because you do have very, very minimal interaction with it. I guess you could kind of call it an auto shooter, like an auto scrolling shooter. Think of how Vampire Survivors automatically attacks and you just move around. This one almost even makes it more simple, where it's a vertically scrolling space shooter, kind of like Life Force or Xevious, or I mean any number of gazillions of vertical shooters in the day, Ikaruga, whatever. And this one, you're the ship. You're trying to get home to your home planet, and your AI is taking everything over except your hyperdrive and your ability to shoot your weapons. So each level, you have two phases of it. You have kind of the hyperdrive section where you're collecting power-ups and coins. Power-ups, of course, will help you in the next battle. Coins you build up over time, and then you can buy upgrades, permanent upgrades through the store. Now, I have beaten this game already, but let's jump into it here. You can go back and play levels over again. You can... I did not unlock all of the upgrades because I didn't have to, and I'm still pretty overpowered. So one thing I will say is I love the music of this so far, like the music and the sound. The presentation is actually really good. This is a self-voicing game, so it'll just use whatever you have set for your system speech under the spoken content section of under accessibility. It was using Samantha before, but I changed it to Alex just because I like that better. But again, listen to the music. It's actually really pretty good. There's a few battle themes. There's a few like hyperspace themes. And let's go...
Hypership store. Double tap to select level 1. Double tap to
select. Right, so it's starting us at the very beginning, actually.
Hypership settings.
And originally you'll have one level unlocked. I can choose any of these because I've done that. But
settings.
So under settings, you have volume for your sound effects, your music. You can turn accessibility mode on and off. There's a few other odds and ends there. Under the Hypership store, this is where you can get upgrades, and this is also where you can buy additional coins if you really want to, or you can also buy your ad-free upgrade, which is, like I said, is $2. Before I go into the store, let's just do level 1 so you can kind of see.
Double tap to select.
One of my kind of annoyances of this game is it generally works really well, like swiping left and right works fine, but double tapping, I think they got to adjust their sensitivity or their whatever on their double tap gesture, because when I started playing this, I was not getting it to be consistent at all. Half the time it wouldn't work, and I'm like, why isn't something so simple working? And I think I figured it out, and so far what it is you have to double tap like very, very quickly. You cannot tap. You have to tap. And the faster I did it, the more likely it was to work. So they really need to loosen up on that double tap requirements, speed requirement. But let's say I double tap. You hear your little confirmation. All you literally do in this game is hold down, just tap and hold on the screen. You hear me getting power-ups, you hear me getting coins, and you hear the ship kind of going from speaker to speaker. It's auto steering And what ear you hear is
Hyper jump
what you're
complete. You picked up
chasing.
a double credits modifier, so you earned 244 total credits. Select the continue button to start the battle.
So this time I only earned 244 credits. I didn't earn any extra guns or power-ups. And sometimes you will actually pick up items that will give the enemy advantage, like double the enemies, a couple more enemies, enemy firing rate, firing speed, whatever. So let's double tap here. And now I just hold down the screen again. Auto battle. Again, level 1, very, very easy. So continue, and we're back to the main screen. So literally that's all it is. Now you're thinking, wow, that's really nothing. Where it comes into play is you can beat the first level or two. You're going to want to start getting a couple upgrades, because once you get into the battle, you may, again, you'll get some of the, during the hyperspace section, you'll get enemies, or you'll get debuffs sometimes, where, like I said, you'll get like double the enemies, or enemies will fire a lot more frequently, or be more powerful, whatever. And sometimes you'll just get completely wrecked. So let's go look at the store before we move on. So here's our store.
Credits. Balance is 151,460.
Oh, I should be able to buy a whole bunch of stuff. 100, okay. So I did purposely grind a little bit just so we could buy a couple of upgrades. So we get a lot of currency.
Get upgrades.
Get upgrades.
Browse V upgrades. Double tap. Browse gun counts upgrade. Browse V upgrades.
So you have a whole bunch of different categories. And under each category you have, I believe, 4 upgrades per section. So like your
browse gun count up, browse speed upgrades,
speed upgrades.
Browse gun count upgrades.
Let's do our gun count.
Browse rate of fire upgrades.
Rate of fire, I've upgraded that fully.
Browse health upgrades.
I've upgraded the health fully, and I did that before beating the game. And I'm looking at my monitor here, and I don't know why there's a weird little, like whenever I flick,
browse rate of fire upgrades.
or sometimes periodically the phone screen will kind of flash. I don't know why it does that, but it is. So
browse gun count upgrades. Browse rate of fire upgrades. Browse gun count upgrades.
Let's get gun count.
Increase number of guns. Total credits. Balance is 151,400. Purchase increase in gun amount to 218,000 credits. Disabled.
So disabled. It should, that one I think should say purchased, because there's a difference between purchased and disabled. Like purchased, yeah, obviously I bought it. And then unavailable should just mean like I can't afford it yet.
Double tap to select.
Maybe they could change the wording to purchased and either, I don't know what I'm trying to think of a word, but you know, basically you can't afford it.
Purchase increase in guns amount to 5 guns for 36,000 credits. Double tap.
I can afford that.
Upgrade. Purchase increase in guns amount to 5 guns for 36,000 credits. Purchase increase in guns amount to 7 guns for 50,000 credits. Confirm purchase weapon count.
Okay, guns are fully upgraded.
Close.
And I might even be able to get some speed boost.
Browse speed upgrades. Double tap to hyper speed drives. Increase ship speed in battle. Total purchase stage 4 engines for 20,000. Purchase stage 3 engine. Total credits. Balance is 65,460.
Oh yeah, I get 65 still.
Purchase stage 2 engine for 15,000 C credits. Confirm purchase drive upgrade. Purchase stage 3 engine for 15,000 C credits. Purchase stage 4 engines for 20,000 C credits. Confirm purchase drive upgrade. Purchase stage 4 engines for 20,000. Purchase stage 5 engines. Confirm purchase drive upgrade. Button. Purchase stage 5 engines for 25,000 C credits.
Okay, well, I still have a tiny bit of money left over, and I have now bought everything. Well, I guess you can buy colors and stuff, which I haven't even bothered to go into.
Close.
But I can show you that anyway. I mean, I can probably.
Browse gun count. Browse rate. Browse health upgrades. Browse jets effects colors.
Okay, jets effects.
Next page button. Go back. Go back. Next page button. Purchase red flames for 2,000 C. Purchase green flames for 2,000 C. Purchase blue flames for 2,000 C.
I want blue.
Purchase fanned out red flame. Purchase blue flames for 2,000 C. Purchase fanned out red flames for purchase blue flames for 2,000 C. Double tap to select.
I think I did. It just beeped, so I don't know.
Purchase scattered red. Purchase scattered yellow flame. Purchase scattered yellow flames for 2,000 C. Purchase scattered yellow flames.
Okay, so we got to go all the way back.
Next. Go back. Go back. Go back. Button. Double tap to select. Next page button. Go back. Browse speed upgrades. Browse gun counts. Browse. Close. Browse ships colors. Double tap to select.
And I can do a ship color. So basically, I can do enemy or my fire color and my ship color. So
close.
We're just gonna say close because I got the important stuff.
The Hypership store. Credits. Balance is 3,000. Get upgrades. Restore purchase.
So restore purchase,
Double tap to
obviously
select.
that's common. If you bought it and you want to
By
restore your
100,000 credits. 99 cents.
ads, so you can buy another
Double tap to
100,000
select.
credits.
Close window.
I don't need to
Double
do
tap to
that.
select. Close window. Settings.
And let's
Double
go
tap to select.
ahead.
Level 6.
Let's
Double
just
tap
go
to
to
select.
level 6, sure. Yeah, the double tap is very touchy. So I am super fast now. Dang. I like the music. And if you can see the screen, there are visuals, and I like the visuals too. It's generally high contrast. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. I like this song though.
Hyper jump complete. You picked up an energy shield, a double credits modifier, so you earned 596 total credits. A double enemies modifier. Select the continue button to start.
Right, so now I got double enemies, but we're gonna just completely annihilate these fools. Come on, here we go. Don't. How many are there?
You win. Continue.
The firing sound is really loud, so I apologize. It's actually loud in my headphones too.
Continue. Settings.
So here's what I
Double tap
will
to select.
say. Like, we're back at the home screen, or the main level screen here. I like what they did as a framework. You know, there are tons of visual games where you don't have much interaction. You know, you have just like a clicker, or, you know, the bullet heaven games they call them, or just something where, you know, it's a kind of an idle time waster where it's like, oh, I can just sort of, you know, hang out, do something for a few minutes while I'm waiting for an appointment or whatever. But here's the thing, is what I love the presentation of it. The music is great, the sound effects are good. The gesture consistency needs a little bit of cleaning up because it's a little wonky right now. But both with the visuals and the audio, so again, you notice, I mean, you couldn't really hear, especially with all the firing going on and all the power-ups being collected, but when you're moving slower, things will come sort of come at you in the center or left or right ear, but you don't even have to worry about that because your ship AI guides itself. But what I think would be fun is, now that they've kind of built a game like this, and they have, you know, they have a lot of the assets and stuff, they could, I could see them doing like a spin-off or pseudo sequel, whatever, where there is more gameplay to it. Like, I would have my ship at the bottom of the screen, and I could either use tilt controls or swipe my, you know, kind of slide my finger left and right to move left and right. Maybe the ship shoots by itself. As long as I'm holding the finger down on the screen. But I would love to see like an accessible, real vertical shooter with this type of presentation, because I think they could pretty easily do it. You know, again, they're still making like indie games that are vertically or horizontal scrolling shooters. Like I said, there's a gazillion of them throughout the years. So, you know, you could easily have, just like you have many other audio games, if you hear sort of an enemy sound effect in, you know, more toward the center, left or right, you just slide your finger, and then you'll be shooting. You try to line up your shot sound with where you're hearing the enemy, and maybe every so often you'll hear like a little more of like a positive beeping sound where you're collecting power-ups, because that's also a huge element of these shmups, as they call them, shoot 'em ups, vertical horizontal scrolling shooters. And yeah, I mean, I think you could turn this into an actual like real shooter with more, you know, more traditional So yeah, that's something that I would like to see. So I'm not really going to go into too many more levels, maybe one or two more. I do want to show you, should be the
Level 9.
level
Double
9,
tap to
so you
select.
have 9 levels per screen. And usually the last one is like a boss. Sometimes there's just a horde of enemies, but there's at least a few bosses in this game. So I'm just going to go here. You still have your kind of hyperdrive element here, so we're just going to cruise and collect more coins, which I really don't need anymore. But yeah, I mean, high contrast visuals, good sound effects, good music. I don't mind the gameplay that's here for something really simple, but I do have to admit, I kind of wish there was a little bit more to it, because I wouldn't mind playing a little bit of a
double credits modifier, so
vertical space shooter.
Select the continue button to start the battle.
So we got a couple power-ups here, but we're just gonna annihilate this guy.
Win. Continue.
Wow. Well, there was a boss there. I literally held my finger down for like a second, maybe 1.5 seconds, and just boom, big explosion. Trust me, there was a bigger ship boss there, but like I said, I'm so ridiculously over-leveled that it's like, yeah, whatever. Sometimes it does that. I'll flick to continue, and the firing sounds just kick off for whatever reason. So there's a little bit of jank here with some of the sounds and some of the gestures, but overall, like I said, it's a very easy game to play.
Next button.
I'm just going to go to next.
Next page.
And we're going to go all the way up to, like,
Level 27.
let's say 27.
Double tap to select.
We'll do one more level that's hopefully a boss, or I think this one's got a horde. Get to hear another song. Yeah, I'm just flying. Alright.
Complete. You picked up a speed multiplier of 1.2. 286 total credits. 2 more enemies. Select the continue button to start the battle.
Okay, so a couple more enemies, a speed bonus, which I'm already can move really fast, so we're probably in no real danger, theoretically. You can also get shields. And done.
Continue. Continue. Back button.
So that's kind of what you have to look forward to. Again, I'm not going to reset my progress or anything, but you know, when you start, you fire, you move much more slowly, and when you're in the battle mode, you start kind of at the left side, and your ship just automatically goes from left to right, right to left, just back and forth, back and forth. It auto shoots, and so it's kind of all about, you know, the timing. You know, if you got a whole bunch of enemies, you probably, like I said, one of the first things that I did is I got a little bit of health, and then I got some fire rate, so that kind of, even if I was moving slower, I could fire faster on there. Well, that worked out pretty well. So anywho, there's really not much else to say. It's just a simple little game with some pretty good presentation. There's a little bit of a voiceover story. You get like a AI voice or two in the beginning. There's a little kind of audio cutscene at the end, which I'm not going to spoil. But again, you can download the game for free. You can totally play it from start to finish without paying anything. But again, you will have ads, and I don't know how accessible some of the ad things are. You know, sometimes it's hard to figure out how to close the ads. But again, I want to throw a couple bones to the developers because they made a game that's accessible. Support them, buy the game. I mean, it's $2, come on. Anyway, that is Hypership AI. It is available on the iOS App Store right now. You can go grab it, play it, and yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.